clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the culprit. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the culprit. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the culprit. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the culprit. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find the culprit. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue. The culprit. That's the first clue. We gotta find. That's the first clue. That's the first clue.
Yo, what is going on, man? Hold on a second. I gotta send out. I got all kerfuffled, I guess we'll say. I gotta send out my my Discord message and everything else. This is just unprofessional. Hopefully, if you've noticed, you're hearing it sound a little bit different. I've gone through my second puberty now at 41 years old. No, I actually sat down and worked on my mic. Hopefully it sounds better than it has before. I think I still have some tweaking to do, but it hopefully doesn't sound like I'm in an echo chamber. Bear with it, everyone. Boom. Let's send that out, and then let's get started today. So, couple interesting things going on. Hold on one second. Anyway, slight interruption there. Is that peaking too much? Let me know if that's too loud. Anybody in the chat? Let's get into today's things. First thing I'm gonna do. Spoiler alert. Boom. There we go. First thing I'm gonna do is play a game. I've been not peeking on your end. Good. I actually looked up a few more videos and I found a guy that I actually think helped me adjust my sound so it doesn't completely sound awful. So, work in progress though. But anyway, I've been getting people to, like Nasmer here, to actually post like upcoming indie titles or indie games that they like. One, for me to be able to find stuff to play, and two, that I can kind of showcase on the channel. So the first one we have coming up is going to be called Morbid Metal. This one looks good. You should be able to hear it there. Where's my game capture on, baby? Boom, boom, boom. Why does it always show like all of my previous ones on here? Specific window. There we are. There we are. Now it should be coming up. I like the music already. Now, the thing I've been seeing people argue about online is it's from Ubisoft. So, you know how that goes. They love to hate on Ubisoft. But I think they're just paying for the game, if I remember right. Let's see. Let's go find the description of the game, too. Morbid Metal is an action-packed roguelite. I like roguelites, in which players can shapeshift between different characters in real time, all with the unique ability and stylized action, rapidly switching characters and combinations to slaughter enemies in stylish fashion. Cool. It looks like a good game. Hold on. I think it was actually Nasmer that pointed this one out to me. Boop, boop. So we're going to test it out. I guess they want us to use this demo. While I'm not much of a Souls fan, I do like an action-packed game where I can absolutely go against tons of enemies. I mean, who doesn't like to feel incredibly overpowered? And this one kind of has a unique premise. I guess instead of changing weapons on the fly, the whole character changes. And it's probably like play style, things like that. This is some gorgeous artwork, though.
And here comes another. Will you be the one to surprise me?
Yes. All right, normal stuff there. Hold camera, look around. Oh, that's cool. A to jump, normal stuff. I played a fair bit of the demo. It's cool third-person action sword fighting game inspired by things like Warframe. Yeah, that's what I feel from it. And yes, Ubisoft is publishing with the funding market, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Oh no! No one saw that happen. Boom. Oh, okay, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I mean, I get the hate for Ubisoft, but, you know, if they're only the publishers and the company gets the creative freedom to make the game that they want, then I'm all about it. AA, double jump, of course. With the beginning dash. Okay, so... Then leap off. Perform a double jump. Cool. This already feels like super responsive.
What an elegant moveset you inherited. Pleasing.
Using the anchors in the air will launch you. Okay, cool. Anchors. Got it. You mastered the double dump dash without dying for 7 minutes, bro. It's more qualified than some gaming journalists. Fair enough. I tend to be a real gamer, though. Well, of course, got to get the lock on. Boom. Oh, that's smooth. I like that. I'm missing. You know, the funny thing was, like, the Cuphead guy did have that 7-minute rant, but he put it online, not because he was being serious, but as a joke. And it really, I get it. You do something like that, gamers are gonna. Absolutely did not read that. Oh, okay, cool. Holy. This is very responsive. I mean, okay, okay. Oh.
Your siblings stood no chance.
Ha 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 ha, I like it. What do we got? What do we got? Oh. But I wanted to fight more. Pick up. Partially heals you. Watching you play, it definitely looks more like a controller. Wasn't as instantly fluid to me on PC and mouse. Yeah, I'm doing controller. It just, looking at the game, it seemed like the controller type game. So I just was like, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on controller. These kind of games usually don't play too well, in my opinion. With it, advanced combat calibrations. The indicator above the head shows when they will attack. When you see the indicator, press right trigger immediately to execute a perfect dodge, and then attack by pressing X. Okay. When you see the indicator, didn't I just? Oh, I gotta hold it. I gotta hold it. Let's go. What you got? What you got? Who you got? Who you got? Who's coming? Who's coming? Who think? Oh shit. Nice. Charge your special skill by performing combos. Using it consumes 1 charge. Destroy your enemies with flux special skills by pressing right bumper. Okay.
A beautiful evisceration.
Okay.
Who might you become?
Ooh. Iteration number 1. Cool. I wonder how many different forms there's going to be for it, like how many different type of weapons. That's going to be interesting to see. I like this character too. Like, this is great artwork.
Child of the future. Forget the lies she filled your mind with. Focus. Slaughter your enemies. And prove your worth.
Interesting. Do I have to be locked onto him to do that? Yeah, you do. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Ooh, grants a chance to spawn an orb when the player stuns an enemy. Ghost Absorber grants a damage boost when you kill an enemy based on a fraction of their health. Oh, okay. Boost damage of flux base attacks. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. What's next? What we got? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Charge interrupted. Interesting. I probably got to counter the big guy. Where you at, big guy? Where you at? No, I did terrible on this fight. Spirit Blade inflicts a needle storm on enemies when you use Flux Blink Strike. Grants spawn Ormold Stun, Kill Strike. Grants a temporary critical to all characters when you kill an enemy within Blink Strike. Okay, let's do this. Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. So with it being a roguelike, I wonder what the continuation is going to be. Is there going to be, like, mechanics that let you get a little bit further? Is it going to be completely skill-based? I'm guessing the different transformations will end up being that. I did hear, though, that it sounds like that they delayed the game until fall. It's not coming out at the date they thought it did. Oh. EQ unlocked. EQ is an elite, heavy hitting, crushing towards enemies and dominating bosses with devastating power. Okay, EQ is up. EQ has 2 distinct range skills, including both airborne variant and special. Ground Cleave launches enemies in the air. B is Echo Blade. Brain feels. Hit things, big sword. Brain feels good. Yeah, absolutely. Echo Strike. Got it. Let's go. Wow. Yeah, the slow hitting. Oh.
Beyond your weakness.
Okay. We'll do another run or two. Not paying attention to my health. So, Nazmir, did you see? Did you see? Oh, here we go. That Kronos streams. Pirate Software's Kronos. And when he streams, his whole stream is just going over bans that Pirate Software has had, and like talking about them and sending mean messages back, or reporting some of them to get their Twitch accounts taken down. It's pretty pathetic. I wonder if yours made it on stream. Let's see here.
Like you, show no mercy, no hesitation.
Oh, missed that one. Okay. Deploy a small drone at the beginning of combat that shoots nearby enemies, boost damage of nano blades. It's made my entire day Kronos mauling over my jokes and unbanned requests. Oh man, he's so absolutely pathetic. It's so funny. Da, 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 da.
This is how I sort the promising from the mistakes.
I'm not. I gotta start watching my health more in this game. And start dodging. Though dodging is for losers. Block, you moron. Kronos is such a sped for doing that, literally asking to be harassed. Yeah, and Pirate's already come out in his defense. We might watch a few of his clips that I found, or well, not that I found it. I leached it off of Chud Logic's Discord, but but he's complaining now. He's like, you shouldn't be going after small YouTubers like me. He's not a public figure. He's my mod. And the dude gets like 700 concurrent viewers on Twitch. So yeah, you're free game to talk about, especially since he's in all of the business of Kronos. Boom, baby. Eat it. That was much better that time. Much better. Death Harvest heals you for a percentage of the enemy's health if they are killed by Flux Blade form. Okay. Nano Blade, Fluxes, Nano Blade. Oh, okay. I don't even have Flux yet. I'm grabbing stuff that I don't need. Swing pulls. Each swing pulls enemies in. Oh, that's kind of cool. Boom, boom, boom. I'm probably going to be playing this a little bit more outside of stream.
From the mistakes.
Okay. A little slow on it, but I'll get used to that. Boom. damn. Let's see. Uku's ground cleave impacts nearby enemies and knocks them over. Okay. I don't need the combat drone. Reduces all active cooldowns when EQ skills hit more than one enemy. Oh. Okay, okay. What is this? This is pretty rad, just watching the 3IQ people commenting Ubisoft ripoff of Warframe, when I think it's definitely different, distinct from Warframe for sure. Oh yeah, I mean, it's not even the same, like, okay, maybe the robot-like stuff, but I think there's been stuff like that since before Warframe, so you could argue Warframe has been doing the same thing. It's just hating on Ubisoft when this is clearly a pretty good game. Ooh, these have a permitted maximum health 50. Ugh. Critical chance of enemies. Tokens on hit. Tokens lost on damage. Ooh, I guess we're just not. Don't get hit. No. I mean, it's too easy to just, like, they say, oh, they hear they're the bad person, so they got to. Boom. Oh, I did that wrong, whatever I did. Oof. Woo! Okay, okay. One more run. We'll do one more run and then we're going to get into some of the content. This could be a fun little roguelite. Okay. Begin your test. Loading simulation. I would look into each one trying to shit on the game in the Ubisoft tweet, right? Oh, you're talking about the anti-wokers? I haven't actually looked to see who exactly was shitting on it.
They're nothing like you. Show no mercy.
So if you got some, send them to me in the Discord. We may take a look at them, because we could do this as a drama too. There's drama around this game. I'll come defend it. Where are you at? There we go. That's a little bit better. Damage boost, health threshold, 33%. Let's go with that. Every single one was retweeting the usual suspect. Oh, really? Chibi reviews. These guys don't know what these aren't real gamers, right? None of them have gone and played the demo. None of them are doing anything, you know, exceptional with it. We're gonna skip that this time. They're just, you know, given to using the usual talking points I better not say that yet. We'll go see if they're giving it.
That way sort of promising.
Trying to get away from me. Eat this. Woo, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that was cool. Where are you at? Too much, but that's fine. Let's see. I don't have echo, or no, there's increases range. We'll go with that. Oh, why do I do that? Boom, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum.
They don't matter. Nothing that came before you matters.
Oh, I see. He interrupts my charge. Boom. Oh. Okay, this game's a lot of fun. I don't care what these others are saying. Let's get into this. Let's see what they're saying. J Viper, I don't even know like much about that guy. He just seems like an absolute moron. I don't even know how anyone even listens to that guy. So far, I haven't seen him make an original take in his life, much less come in and do some anti-Wooker stuff. Let me switch over. Not that the other ones are geniuses, but I think he's bottom of the barrel dumber than the rest. All right, let's put you over there. Controller off. We're going to get RimWorld up in a second. Boom. X. Dude, I just saw this. I looked at this the other day because I like to keep up with it. Off topic, a little bit off topic. Where are we? X. Oh, that's right. It's not on. Wrong one. Reading. Oh, you can't really see it there. I need to put this one on the other one. Boom. There we go. Man, I'm just all over the place today. Reading. A window capture. There we go. He's not getting a lot of people slamming in that money for him. He's not even getting close to that 100 mark yet. So just a little update, just a little teeny weeny update on that guy, old Mr. Smash JT. Oh, Yeah, no, I keep up with it. Don't worry. I'm your personal Smash JTA log. We pay attention when Smash speaks around here. Where did my other one go? Where did my other one go? It doesn't look like. Let's see. Metal. Morbid metal. Morbid metal. They're not staying Smash with a GoFundMe. Yeah, they're definitely. He's not getting the love he got the first time. Morbid metal. Morbid metal. He doesn't say anything about that. There. Let's look at search morbid metal. Let's see what comes up. Oh, we've got the Steam reviews. See, I always try and search through link in the content suggestion. Okay. Oh, it's in that main tweet, really. X. Of course, it's not set up right either. There we go. There we go. Boom. Why is X not showing up? What did you do? Oh, God. What did it do? Okay, hold on. My scene messed up on me. Boop. X. Oh, I just see what happened. I see what happened. I see what happened. I see what happened. What did you do? Why are you like this? What is going on today? Nazmir, have you been doing stuff? Have you been messing with things? Because I swear this isn't me. Man, none of their stuff even looks like it made it to the top. Looks amazing. Can you search by name in here? See, this is how irrelevant like the anti-woke has become. That their comments aren't even showing up in here anymore. Let's look up Viper. J Viper. Press Control F. Oh, duh. No, don't do that. Go back. Control F. Let's go Viper. Will that actually work? Oh, I meant the average this is woke commenter. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Fuck you, you disgusting microtransaction. Oh, like this guy? Oh, I'm seeing it now. I was looking for the big boys. You look at their profiles and you see they all comment, retweet, and follow them. Yeah, I mean, once the big boys add up, Ubi slops, discount Warframe, no thanks. They're the publishers, right? It's not the company that's making the game. They're just throwing money out to them. Loved the concept, wish listed. Yes, more microtransactions for later. Where are they getting the microtransactions from? Is there something that I'm missing? I mean, it's a roguelite. are they? There's not a lot of roguelites out there that are heavily microtransactioned. They're just angry to be angry. Look at this. Have a look. Wow, it looks good. Too bad it's by Ubisoft. Utter low information flabs. Yeah, like the demo's out. Go freaking take a look at it. The microtransactions is probably from the Ubisoft guy saying MTX makes players have more fun. Yeah, true. Zero idea. They just know Ubisoft bad. Well, that's the thing. These people can't take into any consideration, like they can't do it topic to topic. There's only the wide berth of talking points and nothing else. It's the grand narrative, because if you look down too closely, it all comes apart. Smash JT still wanting help. Let's go back here. All right, we're going to start getting into some of the content. For that, I need to do two things. One is get RimWorld set up. And if you haven't already, go watch my little short, though you've probably already seen it if you watch me on stream. I'm going to start trying to get into posting a lot more, clipping my videos, VODs up a lot more, just so it's easier to digest for those guys who don't like to sit in 3-hour streams. Where you at, Remy boy? Where you at? There we are. There we are. Oh, God, I opened like 100 windows of these anti-woker guys. More to bed. There we go. That's the content. So we'll kind of start off as RimWorld's loading up, because we're not going to necessarily be playing it at first. If you hadn't heard... Oh, no, let's do this first. Because this was good. Where was... Booyah. Oof. Mad music. Bad, loud. Yeah, music can be gone. Ambience volume, all of that down. Only thing I need is the UI. So it looks like, there's been a lot of talk with the UK having their new law where it's going to be harder for children to get into sites, but really it's just going to be harder for everyone else, because the lawmakers are expecting companies to hold on to this personal information of people. And recently it looks like there was a breach of a company called T. Where is did I really just... I am telling you what, all I can think about is tomorrow, and it's crashing my brain out completely. Okay, yeah, I'm going back to other videos, and your mic is definitely 10 times better. Awesome, thank you. Boom, boom, boom. Where is it? I deleted the wrong thing, and now I'm in a new place. So Nasmer sent this to me. That's its own. Pop it up. Looking from where the Smash JT fund was, and when it first announced 200K, I think it's only gained like 3, maybe 4K. It's not much. That's the wrong one. Boop. I promise I'm a professional. I've been doing this for months now. Is this the one? Boom. No, it's not that one. T-Beach. Here we go. This stuff is always interesting to me. If you're into that kind of information. When I used to work for a banking institution, the department that I was in was low tier, like not account servicing, like computer help, mostly for like it was resetting passwords, helping people out with problems on the app, different things like that. But one of my jobs was to help when someone got their account broken into or they gave information out to somebody. My job was to go through and kind of resecure the account, get them a new password, see what's been, messed with so we can report it and stuff like that. So I got like really into kind of the cybersecurity scene, and I thought I was going to do it at one point. I was working towards getting into their like loss prevention, their security team pretty much, for more account side or fraud. That's what it was, the deeper fraud ones. And so I did a lot of looking into it. I realized that I don't have the capacity for like the coding and a lot of the other side of a lot of the computer side of cybersecurity, and I ended up leaving the job for reasons. But I always find reading about this stuff interesting, reading about viruses, reading about breaches and things like that. And it's very topical considering the UK wants what this company was doing to be the norm. So women dating safety app T, which I've never heard of this company before, posts users IDs posted to 4chan. Just vibe code your way to the top. Yeah, that's right. You just fake it till you make it. That's how everyone gets to the top. Look at Pirate Software. Did I just... What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is this women's dating app? That's not the one I picked. Jesus. That is the right one. The right one is picked. Why is it showing this one? Let's try this. There we go. I don't know what's going on with my stuff today. All right, so T. It looks like we probably won't read the whole thing because it's not even that long. Let's go ahead and read it, and then we'll go on to some of the other stuff that I was leaking and showing off there. Users from 4chan claim to have discovered an exposed database hosted by Google mobile app development platform Firebase, belonging to the newly popular women's dating safety app. The users say they are rifling through people's personal data and selfies uploaded to the app, and then posting that data online according to screenshots. Jeez, fuck me, man. 4chan posts and the code review by 404 Media. In a statement to 404 Media, T confirmed that the breach also impacted some direct messages, but said that the data is from 2 years ago. Okay. That doesn't matter. Someone from I don't know how that makes it any better. Like, yeah, all your personal information got out there, but it was 2-year-old information. Oh well, not much has changed in 2 fucking years for some people. T, which claimed to have more than 1.5 million users, reached the top of the App Store charts this week. It has tens of thousands of reviews there. The app aims to provide a space for women to exchange information about men in order... Oh, it's one of these. In order to stay safe, and verifies that new users are women by asking them to upload a selfie. Oh. Would this even work nowadays? Like, I feel like you could AI generate a person and it might get by them. Fun thing, this app isn't out of the US, so it's just a US app, right? That's crazy. Yes, if you send T-App your face and driver's license, they doxed you publicly. No authentication, no nothing. It's a public bucket. Oh, why does this always happen? Where they take this information and they put it in like a Google Drive folder that's completely unpassword protected. This has been a thing in like the cybersecurity industries from the beginning. GDPR would have fucked them up so bad. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's... There's some things that I do agree with the UK and some of the, like, their information protections. There's a lot that I don't, though, too, where, like some of the stuff they're doing now, UK, when it comes to age verification, because it's not really protecting anybody. You're going to end up putting your stuff online with these companies that are already shady, and from there you're going to, lose your information. So, but anyway, hold on. I got to put my shill up here. If you're watching and you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it for me, or the stream. And if you enjoy what you see while you're watching at some point, hit subscribe. I'm, here every other day, and usually on Saturday, though this Saturday is going to be an off day. Have you? Boom. And I'll just post that up there for anyone else. 4 Media verifies, I was in the same bucket. The 4chan post includes a photo of 4 women's driver's licenses. Fuck me. That many photos of T users have been exposed, with one person claiming they have downloaded thousands. We've also seen 4chan users share dozens of photos of women. They claim they downloaded their database, which all share the same images and filing names to format. We saw it in the files list and exposed the Google Firebase bucket. That's just so crazy. The source who flagged the video on 4chan. This is kind of more details. The images and the raw bucket of the resources uncensored. The users have created scripts to automate the process of collecting people. Holy fuck. Imagine using this app and now knowing that all of your shit is all over the internet. Like you're, especially people who did use their driver's licenses. And it looks like there's location information too. We'll go over that here next. Boom, boom. So yeah, this is terrible for anyone who used this app, and this is probably one of the worst ones that I've seen. And a lot of times it's phone numbers, email addresses, previous passwords, things like this. But now you're talking like locations of people and their pictures and driver's licenses. It's absolutely unhinged. See, this still isn't working the way it's supposed to. What is going on with my stuff today? Okay, there we are. It's all probably user error, I'm sure. So anyway, this was another line that was seen online. The driver's licenses leaked today from the T app and have been uploaded to a searchable map. This may be the worst leak that I've ever seen. Like that, the fact that you have a searchable map that you can go find pictures of these women that, who knows what else is leaked. Like this whole app is about being able to dog on men that might be a problem. You see these on, I see local ones on Facebook and stuff like that. Maybe I made one, maybe I didn't, who knows. But now it's all out there. These guys can go on and find this information and then search up women that they, have talked bad about them. I don't know the implications of it, really. But this just seems like absolutely deranged. Absolutely deranged shit coming out of here. I think I had one more piece of information. Kind of working off the cuff today. I thought I had everything set up and then it all went to shit. Oh yeah, the founder. Copy image link. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Now I think I got it. So, T dating safety for women full time. I'm guessing this is the founder of T. T was born from a deeply personal mission to give women the tools they needed to date safely in a world that often overlooks their protection. Founder Sean Cook launched T after witnessing his mother's terrifying experience with online dating, not only being catfished, but unknowingly engaging with men who had criminal records. Realizing that traditional dating apps do little to protect us, Sean knew something had to change. T is on a mission, so this is their mission statement. Maybe it wasn't one. All right, I completely fucked this one up. But anyway, we'll continue on. So yeah, that's pretty much the T situation that I was saying. This is this is unhinged and crazy stuff. So it's like, I feel like when it comes to the new laws that are happening in England, or UK, I should say, that something needs to be done. I just don't agree with the way that it is being done in those situations. In a lot of the situations that I've seen, like here in the United States too, where I live, you can't, you have to now sign, like Pornhub is the big hit. So you now have to give your ID to Pornhub. And I'm like, that's just, why would anyone ever want to do that? I don't trust them with anything else. Why would I trust them with my personal information? But let's get moving on to the real stuff around here. Do we do the QuinTheo, or do we get into the Vshojo stuff? I think I might too. Like, there's not a ton that I've seen. Some things that have come out, some things people have been sent to me, but I'm still learning the VTuber space. But funny enough, Smash JT also is diving into the VTuber space, but he's talking from a lot more how do you put it? A lot more confident position than I would be talking through. But if you haven't watched any of the stuff coming up and you haven't been following the Vshojo stuff, Iron Mouse, the largest VTuber in the world, recently left Vshojo. Apparently there's legal reasons why she can't talk about it. She did mention that she was owed $500,000, but I guess more is coming out. Since then, other YouTubers or VTubers have started dropping them. And recently, they just put out a statement that they're closing their doors. They're not even fighting any of this. They're just going to straight close their doors and call it quits. And with that, brings us to this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, I got a new app. Oh, cracks, get back to work or get back to doing your thing. So, Vshojo has failed, and I've mismanaged the company into the situation you're all witnessing. So today I am sharing the difficult news that Vshojo is shutting down, and I will take full responsibility for the decision that led us to this point. I've been doing everything I can to fundraise for the rights, to fundraise and right the ship these past few months. And despite my efforts, we are in worse position, and those I care about are now paying the price. Oh God, that just sounds like bullshit. Like the people you care about are paying the price. You're the CEO, CCO, COO, whatever you are of the company. They're not your friends. They're really your employees, your contractees, your whatever you want to call them. Kind of playing into the, will it do it that way? No, of course it won't. How much more can I zoom in? There we go. You're playing until you're trying to play like an emotional thing. Like, yeah, I've done the messing up. But it sounds like there might be more to it because it just sounds like there's missing money. And as you can see down here, there's a community note we're going to read as well. So today I am sharing the over the past few years, we've raised around $11 million to pursue a bold talent first approach in VTubing, patronizing creators and community over short-term profits to achieve long-term sustainability. Our funding went directly to our creators through generous splits, debut investments, infrastructure, concerts, events, and staffing, all designed to support them. We also wanted talent to own the IP. I think that's probably the only good thing that came out of here, is them owning their IP, so that when this all went to shit, they could just, jump ship and move on from there. But it doesn't sound like in some of the other funds, and we're going to go over a tweet later about this from, I guess, one of the creators that was in them with them, that it wasn't this sunshine and rainbows thing. I mean, obviously they weren't getting paid, so how are you messing up there? And then, so generous splits doesn't exist because you weren't splitting the money with them. Boom, 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 boom. What else did we have? The concerts and events, I guess, was going on. I wonder how those payments went through. It sounds like it was mostly merch. At least that's what they've talked about. Staffing, I've heard had problems. And guarantee the revenue we needed to sustain the model. And eventually we ran out of money. Well, I mean, it's, I hear this thing like, this kind of model wasn't sustainable, this model wasn't sustainable, stuff like that. I don't know that I believe that. I believe that Vshojo ran it into the ground, and while they tried to put up a Vshojo trying to one-up Creator Clash in the donation stealing. True. But what did I say? We got, like, it just doesn't, this model can make sense, right? You can be good to your creators that are with you and still make money. It sounds like they just overspent in areas and underperformed in others, and still did some of the same bullying tactics behind the scene that you see from other companies. So not much changed from what I've read about in other companies that have had this problem. Additionally, I acknowledge that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity, which I later learned was intended for a charitable initiative. This is another one that, I mean, we're going to see it anyway, that didn't make sense to me the first time I read this. How do you not know that that money was meant for charitable? Like, there's no way you didn't know that you were doing a charity stream or something like that. Or this is something you should be talking to your creators about. At the time, we are working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs. And I firmly believed, based on the information available to us, that we would be able to do so and cover all expenses. We were unsuccessful in our franchising efforts. I made the decision to pursue funding, and I own its consequences. Well, I mean, he's in Japan, so I don't know. Justin Gunrun. Oh, Justin? I am deeply sorry to all the talent, staff, and friends and community members who believed in our brand. You did not deserve this. And then and then the community note comes up, going back to where, he mentioned that he didn't know it was for a charity event. Justin claims to not know the purpose of the funds, but he personally congratulated Iron Mouse on the completion of her charity fundraising event and reposted Ludwig directly mentioning that half of the funds would go to charity. That is crazy. So it sounds like he might be, like, my schizo theory is he might be the one that is, shall we say, doing something underhanded, doing something illegal. So, and then Caution. Is this the same one that I was watching earlier who made her video? Why didn't you let us know the moment you realized the situation? Why did didn't get this information 2 weeks ago? Not from the company, but from my home girls. Why did you lie to the Japan branch a week ago that everything was good and taken care of? Okay, so it's just the U.S. side is what I'm guessing. That's NGMI, end of career community note. Sorry, old man thinking things. Yeah, I mean, this is just straight out like you're like, I'm trying to take the blame without saying I did anything illegal. I didn't know the money for charity was misfunded. If the guy's in the United States, he might be fucked, especially if they do find out that this is some kind of fraud involved with it. Because it's just so hard to, like, where did the money go? Not going to make it. Yeah. Thank you, Kimoji, for pointing out my age. So we'll watch that soon. So that statement came out, and then this Mizu Tamari. Oh no, Mizu Tamari talked about something else. What happened to that other tweet? No, this is just awful today. Just awful. Boop. I had a tweet saved of someone. Let's hope I still have it. Dickhead. No, I lost the tweet. Well, there was another YouTuber. I may have to like bring it up later and post it in the community or something like that. Or was it in here? Where did I see it? Maybe it was Kimoji who posted it and it came up. We'll check real quick. Yes. No, it was Simon. Simon to the rescue. Boom. So this VTuber came out after the community note came up, and she has a lot to say. And I started reading some of this and then decided, you know what, I'm definitely going to read this on stream because it seems like she had a really bad experience with Vshojo. And let's go over it. And so our NDAs are now void. I hope she talked to a lawyer before this because I don't know how NDAs would work in that situation. Really? So as long as you talk to a lawyer, I hope you should be good. I mean, the company is falling apart, so I don't know that they got a lot of funds to sue you. But back in 2023, Vshojo tried to bully me into one of the most predatory contracts that I've ever seen. So this is where I'm getting to the point like, yeah, they really weren't different than any other VTuber company. They just gave one thing and then used that one thing as their talking point. Like, we're good. You can listen to us because we're going to let you keep your model and still do everything else that's around it. Vshojo tried to bully me into one of the most predatory contracts I've ever seen. When I tried to ask for more about it, their COO got extremely hostile with me and refused to answer any of my questions, and so I had to hire a lawyer in order to get some clarification. During the talks, it became clear that Vshojo would rather let me go than take... so this is like a recontract, I guess. Then let me go, then take less away from me. They were ultimately wanting me to give up more than half of all my sponsors' revenue and over 60% of all merch sales. All I asked from them in return is to not take a cut of the sponsors that I was getting through Mythic, as that cut was already being taken. They said no, they wanted it all, and so I asked to leave after being treated like I was disposable in our talks. They basically made it seem like they were my employers and that they're the reason for my success and that I owe them and that I should be happy to give them my money. We let you keep your VTuber, so you have to give us everything else. Give us all your money now. Oh, Jesus. In order for me to leave, they demanded I sign an NDA that prevented me from speaking to any of the other talent about it. I could not say why I was leaving. I could not say what the terms that I was saying no to were. I even got in trouble for advising them to hire their own attorneys. They would watch my streams, read my Discord, and then threaten to sue me. If I said anything that hinted towards how I really felt about the company, I was threatened with a lawsuit. So yeah, I mean, this is the tactic of fake nice guy mentality. They want you to they want to pretend they're nice on the outside, but in reality, a lot of the times they're in the background, just absolutely bodying everybody that could ruin their reputation. Real nice guys just be nice. They don't do all that stuff. Real good companies don't do all that stuff on the back end. And as we can see, it normally comes out in the open eventually. Hold on one second. Goodness. It's crazy how these companies, and it seems Japanese companies do it more aggressively, set up NDAs, like super aggressive NDAs where you can't say anything. And it seems like from my understanding, a lot of some NDAs usually have a clause like it's back and forth, right? You know, you can't say anything disparaging about the company. We won't say anything disparaging about you if the person has a brand, you know, that kind of stuff. I think in most situations the person doesn't have a brand, so it doesn't apply. But it's hard to believe that it was, you know, there was nothing she could do. But then again, I'm just a layman. Another one of their leave terms was that they will announce both me and Silver on the same day in order to minimize the damage to their company. So 2 VTubers leaving. Their COO has begun to push the narrative on 4chan. Yes, I'm serious. Oh, so this has to be Justin, right? This has to be Gunrun or whatever he calls himself, who's going on to 4chan. How old is this dude? Is it the guy that was in that other VTuber's interview where she quit on stream? Because that guy was Japanese. I thought that was Gunrun. But they're acting like this is, I guess, the US side. Another one of their teams. Let's see here. I am leaving because yes, and other social medias that I am leaving because I plan to join OTK, and that both me and Silvervale are troublemakers, so they were letting us go. Later, I found out that Nainers wanted to leave around the same time due to also being unhappy with the contract, but was told that she couldn't because it did not fit their narrative that they were pushing internally and externally. This is weird too. Like the way, you know, I have a job that's under a contract, right? The company, like, it comes up every few years. Hey, we've got to adjust the contract. When it comes to that point, if my company decides that the other company, or if the other company decides that we're not in agreement, there's not a make you stay. The contract just it no longer continues. So why were they having them try and sign these contracts? Like, their other contract had to be void. And it's like, what are you going to do if you don't sign the contract? You've got me under this contract. Why would I sign a shittier contract? A lot of questions about how it's going through. But I was told they couldn't do that because it didn't fit their narrative. They were pushing and internally. The amount of hate we've gotten over leaving, from fans calling us greedy bitches to people saying we're abandoning our friends and tossing aside the company because we're successful enough. Shit was fucking painful. Not being able to say anything sucked. Yeah, I could see that. I only found out I didn't get paid for any of the sponsors after I had already signed the NDA. After 2 years, I still not been paid back fully. And to add insult to injury, they also demanded that I had to pay them back $10K for some of the anniversary assets, which when they sent me back months later were half finished. Despite all of that, I had immense faith that the company has gotten better over the past 2 years. I assume they rewrote their contracts after losing 3 people due to them and seeing that the new talent join. Clearly, this was not the case. Now for some fun facts. I love it. The company lawyer has an expired law license. If true, that's crazy. He literally does not practice law anymore, yet he was our point of contact for any legal help, any legal help we needed. They actively pitted us against one another during my time there and compared our success to others. They tried enforcing streaming schedules so that our view count would look better due to less overlap. Better call Kronos. That's right. Nothing will get you out of something like calling a British lawyer to fight an American law. I got a little Kronos tent too, like I said earlier. Our previous talent manager got ghosted. Oh, is that where it was? Oh, here it was. I mean, this is a common thing too. Like comparing success, pitting them against each other. That seems like typical VTuber company stuff. I forget what these places are called. So it's like they always want them to fight against each other. I don't know. I don't understand why. I know some have had, a lot worse reasons, like, SA and stuff like that have happened inside. But this is still pretty horrendous. Like trying to make a, toxic work environment. They would always shit talk other VTube agencies. They literally would spend company money to get a tiny dig at them, especially HoloLive. Being against each other in a company policy is a company policy at this point. Yeah. Well, it's just like written into the basic. How do you make a VTuber company? How do you make a VTuber agency? Step 1, make sure they all hate each other. Step 2, don't pay them. Step 3, own everything they have and pay them minimum wage. Minimum wage in a third world country. They were convinced HoloLive was over when they signed Kason and Nazuna. Our previous talent manager got ghosted for 6 months by Gunrun, told not to do any work for us, and then got fired for not doing anything. During this fiasco, we weren't able to get any assistance. So a lot of this is like he said, she said. Like this, you're basically saying that they used company funds to try and ruin other companies' images. Their lawyer wasn't a lawyer. I think it's funny, but it's not necessarily that it's all true. Kason was Kiri Coco and Nazura was Rushia on HoloLive. Okay. I still don't know who either of those. Well, I know who Kason is now, but I don't know what her old personality or her old model was. I'm learning. I'm getting dragged into this, kicking and screaming. I have proof from other streamers attending their IRL parties that MTD would actively shit talk me after I left the company to paint me in the worst light imaginable. Don't know why you're acting innocent on Twitter, pretending you weren't aware of anything. Can't wait to see all the shit that comes out about you because there's loads, but those aren't my stories to tell. Thanks for reading, and thanks to those who stuck around between then and now. Thank you for giving me, Silver, and Nyan the benefit of the doubt when we needed it most. So yeah, both of them were popular VTubers at HoloLive. Yeah, I kind of get it. I got the impression of that when I was looking over Kason, that she was big. So it, I get it, feeling like, hey, we got this big YouTuber from another company. But like shit talking and things like that seems a little unprofessional for a company as a whole. and it's come to bite him in the back. And then said, "Thank you for sharing, V. Honestly, I have no words. How could they do this? How could they do this?" And then just kind of normal stuff. Now, when it comes to Kason, though, hopefully more is going to come out on this. Or like I said, right now there's not a lot. VTubers talking about their experiences and leaving and stuff like that. I'm hoping we get more dirt. I'm hoping we get more proof of some of the bad behaviors of this. We had this. There was one more. It is, let me check over here. Boop. You had that. Boom, 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 boom. There's that. Where is... Oh, it's probably in... So, another VTuber I noticed kind of went after Kason. I believe it was Kason. I'm doubting myself today. And we got to stop that. Let's see here. Where was it? Yeah, here it is. Oh, it was already up. So, I have no idea how to properly pronounce this name. So, we're going to call her Yoki. I don't know what that even means, so I'm not going to do that. Mizu. We're just going to call her Mizu because there's no way I'm pronouncing that. I already sound like an idiot saying most of this stuff. In relations to Vshojo thing, I think I need to reiterate to a lot of people that NDAs are not magical gag orders that physically prevent you from speaking. I've had numerous things leaked to me by people with strict NDAs, and they have seen zero repercussions because typically it is impossible to prove someone has broken an NDA when you have 20 people under the exact same agreement, and they can't just legally demand every single person hand over all their communications. True. I mean, you probably don't want to risk it, right? You don't want to poke the bear personally on that side. Not only that, but all of this, I can't say X, Y, and Z because my NDA is a violation of the NDA. Maybe. This constant excuse the ex-Vshojo people are using of NDA couldn't warn anyone is a lie, and they know it. We now have people like Kason trying to say she did warn people before, instantly trying to walk it back and say she couldn't cause she didn't know. Not only that, but you knew about this for years, and were not only still encouraging people to join Vshojo, that you were actively attacking anyone who said not to join. If this is true, like I don't follow it much. Kamoji may know more about it than I do. This would be crazy because I know we were looking at her interview and things like that, and she talked about like almost a year ago, and I made mention that like waiting a year for this to come out or for this to be something is crazy to me. It's just absolutely crazy. Then let's see here. I can't read any of that. Why are all the incoming talents blindsided by this? You could have easily told them in private about the problems you had, apparently. Okay, so people are kind of coming after her. Nothing to say. The moment the talent knew, we informed other talents, encouraging them to get a lawyer involved, tried their best to solve this problem legally so that no one would get ripped off. We were ignored, lied to for a long time till now. Legal actions take very, very long time. So shut up. What? Adding one more information Nobody knew who the new talents were. The company never told us. So what we were legally working on was to find out or somehow stop them from being a future victim. So this is her comments back. Like, once we found out this statement up here. No, not this one. Was there another one? Oh, I guess she blocked. I've deleted the post because it was going nowhere. Let us wait and hope the truth comes out. I'm tired. Okay, so she ended up deleting this post. I can believe she might not have known who the talents were. That's possible. Especially if the company knew they were doing bad stuff on the inside. They don't want you talking to somebody until you're in a contract. Once we found out comment, when it comes to the money, legal action has taken very, very long time. We informed the moment the talents knew, we informed other talents. I don't know about this. Because I feel like it would have been, she knew about it, like a year or so ago? Maybe NDAs, I guess. But if it's, NDAs don't block things that are illegal, and it sounds like there might be illegal stuff going on around here. I don't know the full thing, but people are coming at Kason, so we'll have to see more of what they come up. But with that, we do have a video from Kason. Or from this writing table person. Boom, boom. Nope, not that one. Of course. Puddle Yoko. All right. So we're going to listen to this little 8-minute clip, 8-minute video, and see what's said. See if I can milk any more out of this. It might be quiet, though. I might not be able to pull any more information out for a while.
マウスちゃんの動画から始まっていろんな情報が今日までにボロボロ
The other talents have been spilling the beans.
詐欺カンパニー
Like we've all been fooled by the mega scam company. At first, I also thought there were no ill intents on the company's front.
会社側に悔いはなくて単純に好き
Only that they were total idiots at managing their finances. Expedition 33 music. Is that what that is? Hope it's not copyright.
の運営がバカすぎてうまくいかなかったのかなみたいな思ってたんですけれども
What I was thought, but right now I totally think there's malice there.
で一応代理
I did get a chance to talk with the legal representative.
は話
Is this case on? I'll call it out every time. I wish I was good at naming music and stuff like that. I love music and I'll remember it, but anything that has a name, don't expect me to remember it. That's just not in my wheelhouse. Names don't exist.
すことができたんですけれ
Kamoji, if you're still in the chat, is this Kason or is this someone else? I did get a chance to talk with their legal representation, but chances are the person also lied. Right now, it's all lie. So, also, I don't really know what to believe.
どわからないという状況おそらくこういうこと
I also said that I would assume how this all happened.
の
It is, in fact, Kason. Okay, cool.
予想を言わせていただくと多分最初は
At first, they had been successful at raising money. Okay.
こうしてめちゃくちゃ金があって
In a... Okay. Let's do this. Because the Japanese doesn't matter too much. Then I let it got to their heads and started hiring as many staffs by promising huge salaries to them. Like, let's bring all of my bros into the company. And they just kept bringing in more people like that. Problem is, even after the company already ran out of money, they wouldn't tell the truth to those money draining friends. They got talented to sign onto huge sponsorship deal. Oh, they got talents to sign onto huge sponsorship deals, and yet the talents don't see a single yen of that. And I know a lot of people asked why the talents hadn't realized this sooner. The last time I got paid was last September. Yep, I remember her saying that, so that's consistent. Normally, you'd say I should have noticed already that something's wrong. But in this industry, that's the tricky part. If it's a one-off job, then it's simple. They'll ask you to do this on one stream or attend this one stage. But there's yearly contracts. Okay, yeah. Will of the Fans call you muted man. So that came from, all right, we'll get off topic. You know where that came from, right? One of my first streams into the anti-woke was on Will of the Fans. I had also gone into his chat and talked a little bit. He like banned me, and then I popped in on my alt, which was not Wargaming Dad, and he banned that, and then he unbanned me. No? Am I misconstruing? But anyways, I'll continue with the story anyway. We'll figure out what Damage Sector is talking about. So anyways, I had made my video about Will, and I'm guessing he watched it or someone else watched it because he was watching me from that point on. I'm saying no to your question if I knew why. Oh, okay. So yeah, anyway, I made my piece on Will of the Fan. I called him pretty wretched and pathetic. You know, he's boring. Like I started with him and I was like, I have no reason to talk to him or to look at him anymore because he's just boring. He doesn't get a lot of followers anymore. He doesn't do anything but, you know, sit around and talk grumpily about the same stuff. Like he's even more boring than a normal anti-wokers. So anyways, when what was that, the Kickin' Cowboy or whatever his name is, got heat from the anti-wokers because he was just tired of hearing their mess and happened to say something on stream, I did a stream about it. Well, in that stream, I forgot to test my audio. My audio was set to filter to my Discord, so it was completely 100% like muted the whole time. Even though I was seeing in OBS that my mic was making sound, it was not going to the video. So I was playing what was I playing? Ghosts of I was playing Ghosts, we'll say that. And I was pausing. You would see the video play of Cowboy. It would pause. There'd be like a couple minutes of silence while I was ranting about stuff. And then it went on like that for the whole video. So he tried to use that against me. It's fine. I made a mistake. I think it's funny. And since then, he's told every single person that has ever had a little beef with me that. So that's where it comes from. When did he call me muted, man? Was that recently? Because I haven't even seen his tweets in forever. He has me blocked. Like, he legitimately has me blocked, which was a surprise because his tactic is usually to block and unblock you. But anyway, that's the story of why I'm the muted man. And I mean, if you've watched even one of my streams, you understand that. I'm getting better, I think. You send it to me. Let's see what he says. Off topic a little bit. Boop. Dude, this is like old. Hold on. Oh, yeah. This is actually evolved around it. So you must have just found this. Hold on. So this was, me talking about how it was, I talking about like the Real Hypnotics was really dishonest in this whole thing. Oh, is that the wrong tweet? Because, yeah, this is the old one. And then he did this, and we had a little spat. So nothing like that. Yeah, if you've got the other one, let me know. Sent you the right one. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the old one. Whoops. Backing it up. It's funny he hides behind a block. I mean, well, if you're watching, unblock me, pussy. The fuck is Muta Man talking about? It's funny to see that the group that says they are for masculinity cries like little girls at debate about hot women in games. No wonder they are all for canceling journos the day that the words they don't like, when they say the words they don't like. Pathetic pussies, all of them. Yep. He's trying to make fun of my my dyslexia in that. He hates me so much, and it's so funny to see him come in with all of this. He had to have unblocked me, right, to do this. Aw, okay. Fun stuff. Is he the one that looks like a dwarf from the Joker, but more deformed? Yeah. And there's one thing I've noticed about him. This may be me schizoing out, but the one stream that I watched, he has a little dono counter, and it's usually like, if we meet the dono goal, next stream will be a gaming stream or something like that. And every time he, like, the stream didn't get a lot of donos, the one that I watched, and every time he would just like look down at it angrily, like he needs the money. But yeah, that's him. Good old Will. Good old Will. Anyways, DSP-ism. Yeah. He's got to make those tips because he's not getting the views he used to. And my first impression of Will, too, when I first ran into it, the first time I saw Will ever was during the what was it? The spear allegations, when they were talking about, what is the name of that game? Zan, the African game made by the guy from Kenya. That was the first time I met him, and he seemed to be one of the more reasonable guys at first, but I guess that couple of seconds didn't last much longer than me looking into him just a little bit. So anyway, let's continue with this little video. And Zao, which is one that I've wanted to play. Abukar Somali, that's right. Never mind was the guy that they were talking about. Yeah, and that guy seems like he has a pretty, good head on straight, and that was one of the very first things that started to piss me off about the anti-wokers. There was a lot of stuff around it, but I remember watching that one and being like, these guys have no idea what they're talking about. It wasn't even the slur that was used that didn't really bother me. I mean, Ryan is a complete dipshit. He has no thought process above a preschool level. But the things around, like them making fun of him being an American immigrant that was pretending to be an African when he was like second generation of his African country. His father was an immigrant that came over, or I guess first generation. Yeah, first generation would be the people who came. He was second generation because he was, born in the country, and they went back there many times. It was just ridiculous how dumb and unthought out their arguments were. Some of the guys apologized about it, but most of them didn't. And, you know, doubled down the way they do. But yeah, that was a fun talking about memory lane and my first little video. Now, where did this go? Our contracts spanning several months. So they were having them sign new contracts every couple of months. We also got contracts spanning several months. For these, every contract is different for when they actually pay you. That just doesn't make sense. Like, why would you? I guess if it's part of the industry, I guess it becomes accepting. But if that's the case, if the contracts were, you know, kind of like null and void, then you just don't sign for the next contract, right? All right, I'm done. I'm not going with it anymore. Sounds like they just try to bog them down in contracts. He was one of the founders on Twitch. And since the Vshojo head, who's currently on the run, he's on the run? He was one of the founders of Twitch. He's actually got the credentials. You'd think he'd actually be professional. Well, you find out later. So you just didn't think he'd be pulling this level. We all went in thinking he is worth a good deal of trust. And since all contracts have different pay conditions, or when they will pay, it's a yearly contract, then you might get paid at the end of it, and some that might just pay it up front. Okay, so even with this, like what she's talking about, I get that, right? I understand all these contract things. You, as your own brand, need to make sure people are up on board about this, right? If you can't keep up with the money and stuff like that because you're doing all these shows and everything like that, get yourself a personal accountant that'll come to you and say, hey, this contract was supposed to pay out this date. It didn't. Can we reach out to the company and find out what's going on? Or even have them be a liaison for you to the company with the pay. Someone who knows finances. That's just something I think everybody who starts making a lot of money on YouTube should start to do.
ところもあるだろうし、一部遅いところもやっぱりあって、それが許されてるような状況だったんですよね。そもそも毎月きれいにお金が入ってくるような案件ばかりではない。
None of them are as simple as getting monthly payments. Late payments is just a given in the industry. It shouldn't be a given in the industry. Like, if that's the problem, that's a problem. Yeah, if it's... It shouldn't be a thing. They should have a date, and they should set for that date. And if they don't set for that date on the very next one, if you still haven't gotten paid from the old one, you're not signing more contracts up with them. They're not helping you out if they're not paying you. They're just putting you under contract to do stuff that they're not going to pay you for. Like, you should know when the payments are coming in. And the next time you sit down and talk to them and go, hey, I didn't get paid last time, and you're wanting me to sign this contract. I'm not signing any more contracts until previous contracts have been paid. Right? You're already making the Twitch revenue and, super chats and bits and all of that other stuff. So you're making money on your own. These guys are helping what it seems like on the merch side. You should be paying attention to these retards. Like, I don't feel sorry for them on that level of, oh, well, it's just known in the industry. Well, you as the content creator are letting it be that way in the industry. Only after everything was shipped out. Then we also just trusted the guy enough to let him handle all of it. Well, yeah, that's fucking... that's delusional. Like, she came from HoloLive, right? Does HoloLive known for these kind of problems? Like, because, I mean, if that's the case, why wouldn't you try and better protect yourself? Like, after you've already had the wrong done to you, why would you keep going? Oh, well, they shot me in the foot at HoloLive, so that's just part of the industry. I'll let them shoot me in the other foot with Vshojo. It doesn't fucking matter.
だから丸投げしてた。あと最大の要因が
The biggest cause of that, we talents don't talk money with each other. You don't even need to her POV makes more sense when you realize how much exposure is worth for a VTuber. Yes, and you can still fight legally for that. If they're not getting paid on time, they can make legal arguments for that. It's not worth, like, yes, it's for a new VTuber, the exposure is going to be good, I'm sure, and you have to take the shit when you're down there. But when you've got these richer YouTubers that are making tons of money, they're the ones that can change the industry. They're the ones that can go, hey, this is not happening. You know, either you set a contract for me because I'm the one bringing in all the money from the merch, or, you know, I'll take you to court for the money you owe me and we'll break contract now. Because it's essentially what they're doing is they're saying, well, you should just take the shit and leave it. There's always going to be some shit you're going to have to take in these kind of industries, but just this, we leave the money in charge of them mentality, and that the fix is they need to talk to each other about money. No, you need a personal accountant that's yours, that you pay for out of your pocket, that takes care of your money, so that when that person you have money issues, and realistically, with all these contracts and stuff, you should have a lawyer on retainer when you have the money to be able to do it. Not these companies' lawyers that are only in it for the company themselves. You need a lawyer reading over your contracts and doing all of that stuff. This is not something that smaller creators can do. Yes, true. This is something she could be doing, though, with her thing. You know, it's like something you should just do. I know 50,000 40,000 sub YouTubers that talk about having an accountant. You know, even people in the normal world should probably have an accountant when they start making a certain amount of money.
話はやっぱりしないんだよね。人によって契約の
Since the terms of our contract can vary, and we're in an industry where our incomes can be wildly different. Okay.
もちろん全然違う業界だし、案件の費用とかも
As well as the cost for each sponsorship.
生々しい話
This is just a topic that can be too real for... Okay, hold on. As well as the cost for each sponsorship.
ってもちろん違うから、あんまり
This is just the topic that can be too real for us to want to discuss.
生々しい話をお互いに
Okay, you may not want to discuss it, and I know I'm sounding harsh here, but I'm probably more on their side of it. Like, what happened is bad, but you can't just go with it's too real for us. You need to put people in place who can fight that real. That's what they're there for. That's what accountants are there for. That's what lawyers are there for. You don't have to pay at least have one on retainer for when you have contracts. Like a guy, hey, I'm going to come to you about contracts and stuff like that, right? A contract lawyer. Preferably one in the country that you live at that knows, more international law.
しなかったっていうので、もしか
So everyone thought it was just them who's not being paid. But where did you think of that? Like, were they saying that? Like, hey, the sponsors haven't paid us yet? Because just assuming that the sponsors haven't been paying is, I don't know. This is not coming off as very well spoken for me.
遅れてるのかもとか勝手に思い
Better call Coleman or Kronos. They should start a firm together.
じゃったっていうのが長く続いて
And it continued for so long without us realizing it. I mean, at this point, like, knowing, even if she found out in September, she's knowingly not done anything about it as far as we've seen. And you not knowing about your money is your fault too. Them not paying you is their fault. You not knowing about your money is your fault.
たのが 気づかなかった原因ですね。まさかタレント全員に金払ってないとは思わなかったんだよね、誰も。
Nobody thought it's everyone who's not getting paid. Well, then talk. Yeah, maybe you should talk to your. Hey, I didn't get paid on this last contract. Did you get paid? Talk behind the scenes. But a lot of this is probably why they do some of the tactics they do to make all these people hate each other.
高すぎてタレントがどれだけ稼いでも払えなくねっていう風になった段階で一回大量のスタッフの首切りが起こったっぽくて、でそこの
Vshojo's biggest mistake there
一番間違えたのが高々
is that they kept the friends who they lured in with high salaries. Yeah, I could believe this.
を餌に誘い込んだお友達たちだけを残して、私の予想その
And at that point, I assume the top brass. Okay, hold on.
友達たちだけを残して、私
I assume the top brass went,
の段階で会社がやばい
oh crap, gotta bail. And that's when the talent started talking among each other and that things aren't right. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's a bad sign. But if you saw the sign of them hiring all their buddies too, that's like a red flag as well. You might want to start talking. I think it's more than just talking to people, but
ここでタレント同士がちょっとおかしくないって話し合い始めて、タレント同
by the time the talent started joining hands,
士が結束し始めちゃったっていう時点で向こうが多分逃げる準備を始めたんだよね。
they already prepared an escape
これはもう騙しきれねえぞ
that they can't keep a scam up anymore.
ってなっちゃって、で多分これから向こうが
And for what they plan to do from there,
っていうのがおそらく
as for what they plan, is to shut down the company, try to get away with saying they've shut down so they can't pay anything they owe. Okay, I could see that happening.
潰れたんで払いませんっていう認識を多分やる気なんで、もう私の未払いの
So the money they owe me is probably never coming back. True. You should have looked into that ahead of time.
帰ってこないんで言わせていただくんですけれども、1週間前ぐらいから
Around last week, I got to talk to them,
そこで言われたの
but they told me they can't pay right now and I have to wait.
が、払えないと、待ってほしいと。いや、それは今まで散々言われてきたから、これ以上は待てないよって言った
So
ら
I told them I can't wait any longer.
いや、そもそも本当に金がないから、マジで口座に1円もない。
Not every, not,
スタッフに給料払い続けてたのは知ってるから、その時点で
wrong one. Boop. Completely messed that. Not a single yen in their account. Around last week, I talked to them.
そこで言われたのが、払えないと、待ってほしいと。いや、それは今まで散々言われてきたから、
But they've been saying that so many times now. So I told them I can't wait any longer. And they told me that they're legit flat broke.
マジで口座に1円もな
Not
い。
a single yen in their account. But I found out they were able to pay their staff the last 2 months.
スタッフに給料払い続けてたのは知ってるから、その時点で嘘確定
So I knew it was a bold-faced lie. Well, okay, when they say, I mean, I get it. Yes, they're paying their staff, and they're probably paying themselves, which isn't a good look. There are probably heftier legal requirements to pay the general staff, laws around that than there is around the contracts. And they probably knew that, so they made sure the staff stayed paid so that they wouldn't get lawsuits there.
ないから、これから会社を立て直すんで、あなたの未払い分をこっちが払い切る唯一の道は、会社を立て直すためには文章
In the
上
meantime, they can't afford the Vshojo brand to be soiled.
され
And
て、
if words got... in the meantime, they can't afford the Vshojo brand to be soiled.
汚れてもらったら困る。
I got a cough today.
とかの告発をされて、
And if words got out that they weren't paying the talents,
指名
it'd deal fatal damage to the company's reputations, and they'd rather not spill it. So 2 weeks ago, before Iron Mouse did it, this is what she was talking to them about.
的なダメージを受けるのは避けてほしい。で、これから新しいタレントたちが入れるので、
So since they'll be bringing in new talent there,
でそこでお金が
and those girls will be bringing in the money,
作れるので、あなたに給料が
that's how they said they were going to pay me.
みたいなこと言われて、
I mean, that just sounds like what I don't know how she took it, but I was like, how are the new girls going to get paid then? Okay, she said it. I paused Andy there a little bit.
新しい子たちの給料は新しい子たちで金作るか
They're
ら、
just going to use those girls to make money to pay us.
いや、新しい子たちは
And they shouldn't be dragging those girls into this fucking mess.
今日前新し
If you never intended to pay the new girls to begin with,
ないつもりじゃん。入れんなよマジで
then don't bring them in, dipshit.
言ってること全部おかしくて、
Everything they said was just fucked up.
新たな被害者増やすんでよろみたいな言われて、でその時点で
Man. Like, LMAO, you better welcome these new victims.
でその時点で
That was when I decided I can't deal with this crap anymore. I'm gonna quit.
しすぎさすがにやめるわってなってて、その状況で出て
That's when the charity embezzlement news dropped.
きたのがチャリティー営業事件、新しいタレントを入れて
The thing about them trying to milk money from the new talents,
いますは、新しいタレントを
that they should never brought them on. They were going to be able to shut my mouth about that.
チャリティ
But laying a hand on charity money crossed the fucking line.
ー金に手つけるわ、ありえない人として
They did something unforgivable as human beings.
やったっていうのが出た時点でやめる計画は立てて
I already was planning on leaving. I was planning to leave at the end of the month anyway.
今月末で辞める予定だったんですけど、今日辞めます。
That's what made me go, I'm quitting today.
結果残ったタレント
And now they got zero talent. But if you ask me, even if that bomb didn't drop,
だとしても全員辞めてただろうなと
everyone was going to quit sooner or later.
加速したよね。じゃあ前
This sure. Yeah. This sure sped that up.
じゃあ前から
The thing about not paying has been going on for a while now.
てたんじゃんって思うかもしれないんですけど、そういう情報って
So if you ask why the talents didn't share this info with each other,
されないかっていうと、タレントと
there was an NDA binding the talent and the company.
MD
Then, okay.
ですよ。まあ今とな
But why is everyone coming out all at once now? Okay, so you're telling me there was an NDA that you couldn't talk to other people inside the company about what was going on in the company? That seems like absolute bullshit to me. Right? The company fucked you. I agree, but it's just hard for me to believe that that there was an NDA telling you that you had to not talk privately with other talent, or they're going to do what? Like, how are they going to know who's telling who? And if everyone's telling everyone, they're going to sue their whole company out. I've never heard of that kind of NDA. So this just doesn't seem very truthful to me. It seems like she's trying to use it as like a shield. Like, that's why I didn't talk to the other talents after they had gotten in, when, you know, I very well think you could have.
なっては、なんでじゃあ全部表に出てるのっていうと、会社多分潰れるから、まあ会社側にタレント
They don't get the money to sue us talents anymore. I don't know that that's it. It sounds like to me, Iron Mouse realized she wasn't getting paid and realized the charity money was gone, and she lawyered up. And when she came out and lawyered up and said, hey, this is what's happening, this is why I'm quitting, then everyone else felt emboldened enough to talk about their situation. But it's not just that people thought the company was going to be dead. It's because Iron Mouse is such a prominent figure. Her doing it made everyone else, you know, jump ship. And it's still hard for me to believe that no one else was talking to each other during this whole situation. My bet is there is a circle of people who were all talking to lawyers about not getting paid. Like I said, it's their fault for not paying you. It's your fault for not making sure that you were getting paid.
訴える金もねえから、だし会社が 100% 悪いから、たとえ会社に訴え
Even if they sue, we'd all be like, bring it, bitch. Okay, sure.
って言うからですね。で、みんな覚悟を持って
And because we're all spilling the beans now,
これはみんな
we all just came to terms that we're not going to see the money they owe us.
もう帰ってこねえっていう風に諦めてるからですね。まあぶっちゃけ Vshojo
But to be blunt, everyone in Vshojo has their own fan base.
ってみんな一人一人ちゃんとファンベースがある人だから、ぶっちゃけ平気じゃないよ。
Or not.
フェラーリ変えたよこれ。いや全然ムカつくし悔しいけど。
I mean, we are pissed and frustrated as hell.
困窮する
But none of us are going to starve because of this if we put in the work. Well, it's all, yeah, none of these people, you describe that they're all pretty successful without the merch and things like that. I get it. VTubing merch is part of the situation. They sell merch better than any other brand on YouTube. But no, I guess there's not really a but there. I think they'll be fine. Like I said, it's I'm not really liking her response back here. But the worst part of all is this, is the betrayal of trust. They were gonna lure other aspirational, hopeful YouTubers. Well, yeah, they were gonna keep trying to make money. I mean, yeah, they were gonna kind of keep trying to make money the same way. So yeah, you might not have known who the talents were, but you could have told the new talents coming in, like, I don't know, hey, this is what to expect. This is fucked up. I don't know. You could have even, there could have been more to it, right? Leaks can happen. The other woman said, it's really hard for them to figure out who leaked when everyone's on similar NDAs. I understand not being brave enough to do it, but she's focusing on a lot of the trying to work through this. She's focusing on a lot of the things that they've done wrong and kind of like focusing away from some of the things that people have said about her, like her thing, like, why didn't she do it? Well, she didn't do it because they weren't talking to each other, or she didn't do it because the NDA. And I just don't believe that the NDA stopped you from telling other talents, hey, this is the shit that's going on. Are you getting paid? I absolutely do not believe that. By using our influencers as bait, only to milk them dry in this scamming ring. That's an unforgivable part. How did it even come to this? It came to this because y'all didn't speak up. Like contract after contract, you just kept signing even though you weren't getting paid for them. If you keep encouraging the bad behavior, if you keep letting the bad behavior happen to you, then yeah, it's going to keep happening, and they're going to start doing it to other people. Well, all of these dumb VTubers are going to sign the contracts so no matter what, and they become big and popular and famous, so we can talk any other VTuber to sign these shitty contracts. Money changes people, man. In a way, Iron Mouse having the good version of a Spurg out basically saved everyone from this loop. Yeah, I agree. I mean, hers was just straight and to the point, right? She's not making any excuses. She's not saying, as far as I know, she hasn't said anything about being, pierced by an NDA. She said, I'm leaving. I have legal proceedings going on. I can't talk about it anymore. This is how much money was stolen from charity. She hasn't even talked about really the money that was stolen for her. She's mentioned she was unpaid, but it's like concise and to the point, where this is just yapping about how it's not my fault kind of deal. How could I have known I wasn't getting paid my money in my own bank account with the contracts in hand? Is that Vshojo is fucking shit. The contract they handed me when I first joined was unbelievably good compared to other corpos. Then once you saw the next contract and it wasn't, that's where you should have ended it. You go, hey, this contract doesn't look like this contract. Oh, well, we're doing this, this, and this. Okay, fine. I'm going to cut it off here and find another company. That in itself is a bargaining chip, right? These people don't want to bring in talent as big as Kason and then have them leave after the first contract, right? That would be a very bad look for them. You can fight for your own stuff. It usually helps when you have a lawyer. they'll only take half cut from merch sales. And the only thing they weren't allowed to do was badmouth the company.
悪口を言うこと。まあ今
I mean, that, okay. that right there is a red flag. Like, hey, we'll give you a little bit more money, but you can't say anything bad about the shit we're about to do. Now, that could be pretty normal with just about any kind of, front-facing company like this. Yeah. If you're working for the company in some kind of major way, don't talk shit about us. That's just what happens. But I don't know. The way she said it makes it sound like she read it and it was like a red flag.
こうやってタレントたちがバンバン会社のことをこうでしたこうでしたって言えるのは今会社にタレントが残ってないからですね。これって今会社にもし一人でもタレントが残ってたらその子
Well, it's pretty much been announced that there is no company now, right?
のタレント生命とかそういうのがかかってるからこういう悪いことがありましたって言いにくいなとか
It'll be hard for us to talk about the bad things that happened. Okay.
自体はすごい
I'm sure that some people will not have a problem talking about the bad things that happened. The thing with VTubing is that when you leave a company, it's usually a bad look for the VTuber unless they have a graduation stream. When are you getting signed by a VTuber company? I don't know. I heard Vshojo needs talent. Practically a VTuber with the hog persona. No, this is just a wiggler. I would be. I don't know. It would be. I don't think I could do VTubing. The whole rig stuff just is weird to me, and they look so. To me, uncanny.
すごい仲いいしみんないろいろ今回全員被害に遭って
But today I'm announcing my my move into Vshojo. They're starting a new company called Vshojo, as in Plan B, and we're gonna launch this to the moon.
でもちろんね NDA 一応あるんだけどもうそもそも向こうが契約破ってる時点でこっちがなんでお前
Okay, yeah, if they've broken the contract by shutting the company, yeah, generally the NDA is not going to work anymore. We also have no reason to protect the fuckers anymore.
必要があるのっていう状態だしなおかつさらに
Doubly so when there are no talents left in the company for us to protect.
タレントを守るべきタレントが会社に一人も残ってないから言えるっていうのであって
Is why we can say, I mean, she's just kind of yapping at this point. And YouTubers' worth is tied to the talents who are in it. Yeah. Vshojo, we just put in the contract, we take 90% of revenue, no refunds. That's right.
ここにいるタレント
We take 90% of revenue, no refunds. You also have to make all of your own stuff. You have to bring your own rig, your own channel, your own sponsors, but we get 90% of all of that.
の価値とイコールだから今
And then we're not going to pay you that 10% because you're not going to check anyway. But exactly because there is, no one left in.
っていうところに誰も残っていないからこそみんなこうやって
Is why we can all speak from full experiences.
あと
Okay, that's pretty much the end of it. I don't think that was a great explanation from her point. Like, I understand, the NDA thing, but saying that she can't talk to other talents within the company, in the same company about internal stuff privately as part of their NDA, that's just dumb. There's no way that that's true. And I'll say it one more time, hear it right at the end. It's their fault for not paying you. It's your fault for not noticing for so long. Vshojo could have gotten them, the anti-woke YouTubers, to join and let Grums run the company. Grums would have became, I mean, he's already got the little model, right? So he could have just became a VTuber for him. I'm sure it would have worked out fine. Oh, goodness. So that's the current stuff that's coming out. Nothing major or more has come out so far that I've seen, though I don't know or follow a lot of these talents, so I'm still kind of learning on it. But there was one man who was going to teach me what I needed to know about VTubers. I found him. he can write in the contract that everyone gets paid when Untitled Mecha game releases. It's the perfect exposures. Like, it's not that we haven't paid you yet, it's that the game's still not done, you know. We want to pay you. We want to pay you for your time. We can't because the game's not done. Here we go. God, he's already made 3 videos on it. All right.
Dexerto.
Yeah, you heard the voice. It's the one we know and we love. Smash JT is going to teach me about VTubers. This time while I play RimWorld, because I can understand what he says.
On X says Emily, Kuro, Kason, and Melody have all announced they are leaving Vshojo. Ironmouse recently revealed the agency owes over $500,000 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is genuinely heartbreaking when you dive into this. So bringing up Dexerto's...
Oh, what the hell?
They say...
the body is back. Why is the body back? I haven't experienced this one in RimWorld yet. I've heard about it. So there's a strange body of our buddy Cracks, who is currently burned to death, that just appeared out of nowhere. Let's get rid of that again. Production structure. In fact, I have just the thing for this. While I'm doing that, back to the show.
VTubers have made the decision to leave Vshojo just one day after Iron Mouse left the org, alleging they didn't pay $500,000 owed to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. On July 21st, Iron Mouse shocked the streaming world by announcing she was quitting Vshojo. In a scathing YouTube video, the streamer claimed that the VTuber agency owed her money and hadn't paid the Immune Deficiency Foundation the $500,000.
So is it just him reading this?
Through her record.
How long until DEI and woke is mentioned? I don't know.
Following Iron Mouse,
it's a 10-minute video.
More creators have publicly
departures probably 5 or 10 minutes, or probably 2 minutes in. Are we 2 minutes in yet? No.
At the same time, like, how are they not being arrested for this? Like, this seems very illegal.
Oh man, thank you, Smash JT, for for asking the real questions. How are they not getting arrested? It's just, I mean, great minds think alike, Kimoji. That's how it works. How are they not getting arrested? Riveting.
Was bleeding VTuber talent following Iron Mouse allegations. In a series of posts on X, multiple VTubers who were signed with Vshojo revealed they would be quitting as well, with Kuro even claiming they had decided to leave over a week before the Iron Mouse revelations. I didn't want to say anything until it's finalized, but since people...
Yeah, this is riveting.
No, I'm not staying here. I've already submitted a leave contract.
Okay. I can't watch any more of that. Do I talk that slow? Like, Smash JT talks so slow. I have to put him on like 0.2. Yeah, I have to put him on 2.0 to even get past it. It's got to be at least 1.5. Yeah, we're gonna skip that though, because it seems like he's just reading the article, and not actually talking about or giving his impressions. He needs to hit 10 minutes for the ad rev. Fair enough. Does he just do...
OG talent. Put my everything admitting to knowing several Japanese talents.
It's just literally...
dollars that was for it in the first place.
So now he's just reading another article.
Asking that. And I know to a much...
Okay. let's move on. Let's move on.
Just for degree?
No. I'm done hearing you smash. I'm done. That's over with. We've got. I was hoping that would be more riveting, but of course it's not. Let's see what else. What else was I going to do? The Kronos. Oh, we were going to go over this. I'm actually not going to get to play a lot of RimWorld because we're going to bring this up. Real transformative content. I mean, you know, when you're such a professional like him, when you've been in this industry for like 10 plus years, and just about every commentary group and gaming group out there, you just know how to produce it. So I've got a new little window here. And reading. So QuinTheo, I've watched a couple times on this channel, is in a little bit of hot water. You know, he's been making videos on pirate software to like Pegasus levels, but for the most part, it's been pretty different. It's been pretty new information. But I think like I watched his video on the pirate software. I think the last video I watched on stream was Pirate Software's hype train one, right? And while it's very shady to me and things like that it happened, it's like as I've read more about it, it's pretty clear that it's probably not even against terms of service. So with that, Theo brought on another talent, that someone who used to work at Twitch, who was like involved in TOS and stuff like that, and basically agreed to this, you know, agreed it wasn't part of TOS and kind of showed him that it wasn't part of TOS and things like that. But he really seems like he's been trying to dig into wanting this particular thing to be true. And at some point when going over and A-logging pirate software, he's gone overboard. So it sounds like, and this is just kind of him going over the revenue and the splits amongst that. So I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to just kind of scroll through. And if you want to pause and read, it's him talking about the investment and can Kronos as a mod pay him money, the legal things around it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't trust Kronos, or I don't trust Kronos or pirate software as far as I can throw them. But it definitely doesn't seem like it's as big a deal as Theo keeps making it out to be. No, Kronos wasn't doing this. Now for the 1-2 punch against this bullshit. QuinTheo's Discord has people actively doxing me in it. And this is what we're getting into where QuinTheo, I think, has gotten in a little bit of trouble. His moderation team is aware of this and has been encouraging it, as shown in the images. They have also been digging into Shay and her job as a secondary attack vector. In image 1, self-related, who is a mod, asks for doxing info directly. We forwarded all of this to Discord's Trust and Safety as a result. We've also banned all of these users that were taking part in this form of Discord. Sure. Screenshots below. I'm sure you banned everybody in his Discord. So then there's some screenshots. And here is some of the first ones. So we've got this Ampifox. Fuck, I can't even redact everything except the quote because just searching it on Google leads directly to it. LOL. So it's publicly available document? Yes. That anyone can find? Consider sending this privately to a mod if you're that concerned. Okay. But it includes info on Shay's job, which I don't like linking to. Okay, so this person has said it, and I see where he's getting at. I mean, this is, all right, I can tell you this right now. Like, this should have been stopped the moment any of this information started coming out, right? Talking about Google searches and things like that. If this is in my channel and if this is in my channel, it's gone, period. No doxing, nothing even close to doxing. I'm just not going to fuck with it. There's too much of a risk to me as a person and to the other people involved that I'm talking about. Like, never will I push someone's docs or push people to find someone's docs. It's unhinged behavior. Consider sending this privately to a mod if you're concerned. So there's still like kind of, hey, you should send this to a mod. I don't know what their mod's colors are, so I can't go from there. Then this is the J-Glow person. Nah, all you need is weather map of the precipitation that day and the time he posted it online. See the rain? LMAO, laughing my ass off. What's this quote they're referring to in the first place, I'm wondering? Except the quote. Yeah, I wonder that too. The quote, because just searching it on Google brings it up. I wonder that too, but I'm not going to search much into it. This one could just be about this quote, though it does mention Shay's job. Is Shay's pirate's girlfriend or one of his mods? Oh, who is a mod? Oh no, Shay self-related. Doxing. Anyway. Yes, also because there's a rock in the background of the one he posted. So, if you don't know, these white spaces are pictures. They are pictures that are either of Pirate Software's, home, or, areas close to it. And this is another thing that if it happened in my server, and I'm hoping anyone that I've put in mod position would do the same thing. Like, I'm letting you know, as a mod in my server, this doesn't happen. You don't let this guy should have been gone immediately the first time he posted it. Yeah, definitely the same place. Space above ferret can most likely. Also notice the way it cemented into the ground and the gravel road. Actually a very big house, not gonna lie. Oh God, it's real. So another one kind of confirming it. Let's get this out of here. Oh brother, I also found Kronos's based on a bird and a tabletop game. So I'm just going to keep adding to my folder if anyone needs me. Like, you can hate pirate software. I'm all about some pirate software hate. I work in my position to be #1 pirate software hater, but you can't let people like this in your server, especially as a content creator. Theo fucked up here. Guys, I was a red team specialist for 7 years. So that's kind of the stuff that's coming up here. This it seems like mostly it's this J-Glow guy. This one is questionable. Like, what are they talking about? The quote and info on Shay seems really weak. Like, is it just a quote that Shay has said? I still don't agree, like, going after mods necessarily. Kronos, I don't want to say going after. You shouldn't go after anyone, but you should criticize people. When it comes to, like, Kronos is absolutely a public figure, so I think he's free game for the most part to criticize and mock and all those other things. But this is unhinged, too far fucking behavior. Everyone, no QuinTheo. My address is not public information, and your users are distributing it on your Discord while the mods encourage it. They didn't just go after me and Shay either. They went after our moderation team. Shay, I guess, I don't know. Shay's his girl. They went after my moderation team too, as shown here. You cannot bullshit this away Leave me and my team the fuck alone. And then we have more. Well, it's like this one. I went through this and these two I put up top because they were more with that. But here's what it is. It's That's Wild, the self-related guy. Wait, it's literally public info. I'm so confused. Now, one thing I will give to this, I don't have like the further context, and I don't think Quinn has said anything yet about it. Let's check and see if he said anything. I don't think he's on X, right? Oh, he is on X. Ready for my tinfoil hat? The users were plants by Thor to stag fire his way out of trouble. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can agree with that. 100%. I could agree that could be a thing. That could be a schizo theory. However, his mods should not have been engaging in it. If that's the truth, that's a fire that you should be able to easily stomp out by, taking it down. But to be real for a moment, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, so it doesn't look like as of yet Quinn has made any statements. I know Chud said he was going to reach out and maybe have an interview with him. So if Chud does that in the next couple of days, I'll watch it. Nazmir's theory has some merit to it. On one of the screenshots, one of the users has the joined recently icon in their name. Ooh, which one? This guy? Oh God, it's real. Yeah. So that one, true. This one, not so much. And this seems like the main guy. And I doubt he had a plant in there. Ugh. Sorry, still going through that puberty I mentioned earlier. Like some of this can absolutely be misconstrued. This, I think, is pretty much, unless Quinn comes out and says this wasn't in my server, then, this is pretty like joined at the hip. This is pretty solid to me. At least that they were doing it. Like Quinn has to prove these kind of wrong statements. And I haven't gone digging into his Discord. Now, it does say, like, here's where the schizo theory could come in, right? By your 6th puberty, you're going to end up sounding like a low bass. Yeah, I know. I figure I'm going to sound like Pirate Software, but on steroids. If all of this is in a different server, and then, where is this one? Oh, no, because he's not. He's new. Okay, like, self-related is in there, and self-related is up here, down here. So it's self-related a mod. Send it specifically to me so that I can get the T earlier than everyone. Ooh, saying T is not a good a good quote. That I think of like the art commentary community when I hear T. So, I mean, there would have to be some serious mishandling for Kronos to be completely wrong. Like, this statement could be taken out of context. I could completely believe that this statement, like, that's wild. Wait, it's literally public info. I'm so confused. Is that connected to the top one that was way up at the top? There's no real proof, and he cut it off really particularly. So hopefully Quinn will come out and say, like, hey, this one's bullshit. This guy was in our server posting, and look at the times. So when are these ones? 7/18, 12:04. 7/18, 12:05. 7/18, 12:07, 7/18, 1:43, 1:44, and then these are 12:07, 12:08, So, I mean, he was OP near his name, so there's a chance is the creator of this very own thread. It's, yeah, possibly. Oh, yeah, he does have OP name. Quinn. I think you made a big misstep here if all of this is 100% true. I want to schizo out and say Pirate's wrong, but I'll just be coping at this whole situation. So that's Quinn in trouble. I think I'm going to follow this a little bit, and if more comes up, I'll bring it up. Like I said, hopefully he'll talk to Chud because he's gone on that show before, and we can watch that interview. But other than that, I think like this is kind of light today. I think I'm going to end up calling it early because I went over last time. Kind of a slow one. A few small things here or there. But I had a good time. Two dramas that I think are simmering. Don't worry. Even if Pirate Software is in the right here, he's going to spurg out and make people against him. 100%. Well, it's always that thing of like, yeah, it does look like Theo did something wrong. Quinn did something wrong, but is it as bad as Pirate Software is making it out to be? Was this guy banned? Because we're only showing like one day of these posts. And he's linking things to it that like he's linking the first messages to the second messages. So there's a lot of room. There's a lot of wiggle room for there to be something wrong with it. Something not as on board as Pirate Software makes it out to be. So, but with that, I'm going to call it a day. Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, I'll be getting up and playing some Twilight Imperium 4. We usually take a day and a half to get through it with all of us. So, no stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday. If you like the video, as always, like and subscribe. Come into the Discord and send me any content you want to watch. And I will see you guys next time, all right?